You see, many times the road to destiny will look so tough and rough, highly controversial. The day you understand what God is doing, then it's not God. The acts of God are always very controversial, beyond your understanding. Sometimes they look very foolish and very stupid, because you cannot see the end and you cannot see the beginning of what he's trying to do. But definitely there's going to be a better ending for you. You may think, yes, I have prayed for so long, I have fasted, and answer seems not to come. It is as if God has forgotten me. God has not forgotten anyone before. Everything that happens to you happens for a reason, and these are your roadmaps, your leading guidance to the place of destiny. The place of destiny is not for the weak. The place of destiny is not for what? It's not for the weak. For you to get to the place of destiny, you must be highly strong. Because if not, that destiny will pull you out of your seats. Listen and listen carefully. No king can sit on the throne and be a weak lad. So for God to put you on the throne, he will prepare you physically, spiritually. He will give people that will hate you, that will reject you, that will mock you, that will reproach you. Every bad thing will happen to you before you get to that point. Because once you get to that point, you will see them already. Do you understand? So if I don't get you prepared now, by the time you step on that throne, you will misbehave. The road to the throne, to achievement, to destiny can never be rosy. If it was to be rosy, then all of us here would have been on the throne. That's what the Bible says. If you are weak in the day of adversity, that means what? Your strength is little. So God will oftentimes train you to be so strong, so that on the day of adversity, you can stand tall and keep to his ways. We all know the story of Joseph. Joseph had a dream like every one of us seated here. But you know one thing about God? He will never give you the products of what you're asking him for. He will give you a process to get that product. I have been saying here, when you ask God for victory, be ready for war. When you ask God for victory, be ready for battle. Because victory cannot come without battles. Whatever you ask him, he will give you what will give you that thing. He will not give you that thing. Because in the process of getting it, you'll be strong and firm. You will be suffering for 30 years, 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 5 years. But you are on God's record. He knows when your time is coming. And once your time comes, nobody can stop it. Most times God will look at you. Say, the way you are going now, you won't be brave. Because everything is all right for you. The way you are going now, you won't be tough. Because everything is okay for you. Let me put you a while. Keep you here. Preserve you for what I have for you ahead. Joseph had a dream of becoming the next king. Had a dream of where everyone bowed before him. But what followed the dream was persecution. Followed the dream was name calling. What followed the dream was hatred. But it's not what I saw. Yes, it's not what you saw. But what you saw cannot come except you go through this. Sometimes you think, no, look at, I was doing very well here. I was sound here. But why are you taking me out? No, God is taking you out to a better place. Because if you continue in the place of convenience, you will not get better. People that are strong today, that have achieved so much today, left their comfort zone and became who they are today. Look at the Bible. Every man that has blessed and raised up, he relocated them from a place of convenience and take them to where they never thought they could be. Is somebody hearing me this morning? You may think it is over for you. The hairs of your head are counted by God. He knows all of them, and none of them can fall down to the ground without his consent. If he knows the numbers of the hairs on your head, it means he knows you so well. He knows the days you are suffering. He knows you are going through hell. He knows you are going through a setback. He knows all that. But one thing is certain, maybe he's preserving you for a higher calling. He's preserving you for a bigger destiny. He's preserving you for a bigger story. He's preserving you for something bigger than where you are today. Listen, God may not talk. God may not answer you when you're asking him. If only you know that why God is keeping quiet is because he's saying, look at you. If only you know where I'm taking you to. You are crying right now. You are shouting. You are saying, Father, why am I here? He said, if only you know that this is the best place for you, you won't even say anything. Sometimes that's why you cry, he will not say, because he loves you. And you know that definitely one day you say, wow, if God did not bring me here, I wouldn't have been where I am today. So most times you will cry, you will fast, you will pray, answers seem not to come. Hold on a while. Maybe you are in the right place. It may look stupid, but you're in the right place. It may look controversial, but in the right place. It may look very dirty, but in the right place. Nothing may come out, but in the right. One day you will see why you were there. After the dream of Joseph, he was betrayed by his own people. The dream that told him that he's going to become the big one, everyone will bow to. But what he saw was the opposite: rejection, betrayal. They put that same Joseph in the pit, but you know that pit was thrown in Egypt. If Joseph was not sold, there's no way he would have been the prime minister in Egypt. There's no way. It was the selling of Joseph that took him to the throne in Egypt. Most time that's your dirtiest part, that's your darkest hour. Is the only thing you need to fulfill destiny. Your helper will not come when you look so helpful, but your helper will come when you look helpless. So sometimes God will make you look helpless. God will make you look so dirty for someone's attention to be drawn to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not as if he doesn't know what he's doing. But if I make you still go well, if I make you still look like this, nobody will help you. They think you have everything you want. So let me bring you down again. Let me make you helpless. You say, Father, better my life, is still keeping quiet. Father, put me new clothes, is still keeping quiet. Father, I need a house, is still keeping quiet. Because that's the only thing that will draw your helper's attention. Maybe sometimes they will come and say, why are you looking like this? Where do you live? Where are you working? You say, I have nothing. But imagine if you had something to do. You would have said, at least I have something to do. Okay, maybe you can take care of yourself. But since you have nothing, let me do what? Let me help you. Do you understand? Most times, whatever that happens to you are all intentional. Listen, brothers and sisters. If Joseph was still in the palace, they wouldn't have recommended Joseph, because the king was already familiar with Joseph. Are you getting the point? Sometimes why God wants them to reject you, push you away, is because he wants to cut their familiarity away, so that when the time of fulfillment comes, they will now look at your potential and say, are you sure you can do this thing? But if you were with them, they will look down on you. They wouldn't even consider you as an option, because they know you. Are you getting the point? He said, if I still keep Joseph here, they won't consider him as an option. After all, he has been with the king for 10 years. He has never interpreted dream before. Who is Joseph? Nobody would have sent for him. But God kept him in the prison. I said, that is where your blessing will come. This way your potential will come. Most times you find yourself where you think, oh, look at me. What have I done? What is happening? Look at where I am today. No, that's where your blessing is coming from. Because sometimes at that point you will meet people you never met in your life before. Are you getting the point? There are people you will never meet in your comfort zone. Strong men are found at the battlefront. So, but for you to meet strong people, you must also be where? In the battlefront. And on that fateful time, one of the servants that was there said, I have a testimony. While I was in the prison, I was in the dungeon, we had a dream, and one young man interpreted that dream. It was already time for destiny. God can use any foolish thing to raise a man. Listen, don't give up on yourself. God will still raise you. If Joseph would have come out of the prison to become the next in command, then anybody can be anything. You are just here for a season. You are just going through what you are going through for a season. Many of us look back when you were growing up. You had plans for yourself, right? You had plans for your future. You saw everything was working out well. But I'm getting to the place of destiny. You find that you have lost everything. Listen, every time God comes in contact with you, your plan must change. Are you getting the point? Every time God comes in contact with you, your plan. When Jesus Christ met Peter, he said, today you'll not be catching fish, you'll be catching men. Oh, maybe Peter wanted to be one of the biggest fishermen in that time. He had names, investment, canoes, nets, houses. I'm going to be the biggest. But when God came to him, he said, you will no more do this, but I will make you what? Oh wait, if Peter was still catching fish, nobody would have talked about him today in the Bible. Are you getting the point now? But when God came and changed his plan and gave him an unexpected end, your children will talk about Peter. Your children too will talk about Peter. But that was not the will of Peter. That was the will of God. Whenever the will of God prevails in your life, you will sit down and say, I never knew anything. Because you may plan, strategize your life, but your plan and strategy is limited. It can change at any point in time. But God will plan it all the way to the end. God is not interested in what happened in the middle of your life. He's interested in what happened at the beginning and at the end of your life.